Hi, this is CJ with CJatCompRCC.com. In this video, I'm actually beginning to build the Axial SCX10 Dingo. But because of some of the modifications I'm going to be doing to it, some of the custom things, especially to the body, I am going to have to start building things a little bit out of order. I'm going to be mocking up the frame and the items that are going to go inside the frame rails so that I can sit the body above it and see where clearance issues are, because if you've watched the previous videos, you know that I'm going to be cutting out the top deck where a passenger compartment would be on the Dingo body, and I'm going to attempt to build a interior compartment out of polystyrene using a pair of seats, a driver figure, and opening up as much space of that interior as I can. Now, there are things like the shock mount towers that are going to be mounted to either side here, the transmission, which sits in the middle on top of this plate. This is where the lower suspension arms mount to, and so that's the transmission is going to be right here, right in the middle of the car, and that's not too far out of the realm of possibility. Most cars, the transmission, off-road vehicles at least, the transmission goes down the center of the vehicle. There's a hump in the middle of the vehicle where the transmission passes through, so that is something that I'm hoping to be able to work around. I may not be able to make an entire passenger compartment. It may need to be a little shallower in spots than would be scale, and I may not be able to fit the entire driver figure. I may need to cut off the feet or even part of the legs to be able to fit the figure in there. But I'm trying to get as scale a look as I can, and I wanted to do something beyond just that flat top deck where you've got the little tops of the faux seats and you don't really have a driver figure. At most you could put like a shoulders up bust of a driver figure in there. And I wanted to do something a little different and show you some different modeling skills, such as working with polystyrene and how to do custom items like this. So I'm going to be taking you through the full process. I'm going to be showing how I measure, how I plan everything out, designing the interior box, cutting out the polystyrene, working with it, what type of glues you use, how you can form it and mold it. That will all happen over a series. So for right now, I'm just going to be assembling the things I need to build that chassis up to the point where I can work with the body. So I don't need the axles right now. Clearance isn't going to be a problem. As long as I stay within the shock towers and above the shock towers, I should be just fine.